What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the garage. Getting my buddies ready for track this weekend, and I was trying to knock out all the bigger stuff earlier in the week before we start on my CRX. So as the week goes on, we are going to slowly sand the car down, get the glass pulled off of it, prep it for paint. There's only 2 dents I'm worried about and wanting to fix. The rest of the car, it's fairly clean as is already. And I am going to be installing the Lexan window after the car is painted, so that way we can get under the glass and all of that good stuff. As far as today goes, I am going to quickly get the car sanded down. I'm going to move it right here onto the driveway, bring out my DA, and just hit the whole car and possibly try to address those 2 dents that I want to take out. Ah, that's more like it. Ignition on. Hey. Ooh. She fires right up. Oh yeah. That baseball bat. Sketch. So I read your guys' comments throughout my day because it goes straight to my phone. And I had one comment just now releasing the dyno video today. Somebody asked me to kind of like quickly go through the tow vehicle that I was using to tow my car to the dyno. And this right here is a 91 Chevy. And it's a G10, I believe, sports van. This thing has towed my uncle's, boat for many years, fishing, camping, road trips, and as you guys saw, it towed my CRX perfectly. I don't know how long my uncles owned this car, but I can tell you what, this was definitely one of a kind built car that he put together growing up. And just the interior alone, I'll open the back door in just a second. Just the interior alone is $9,000. So right now the car looks like it has a ton of crap in it because given that the car sat for some time after my uncle's passing, my aunt kind of used it as partial storage because she kept the car, in front of the house and nobody really drove it. Another reason why they don't really drive it is because the tail light don't work, and you guys should have seen that in the dyno video. But other than that, the van drives amazing. You can see all the custom stuff my uncle had put on here. Headset in case you guys want to watch your stuff on your headphones instead of with everybody's voice or something. This was literally the trip vehicle. This was all set up. You can see the recliner and everything, the sofa in the back. This right here turns into a bed, which is awesome. He has this little refrigerator right here, old school stereo. It still has a tape player on it, VCR on the bottom. What you guys know about VCR? DVD player on the side, CD changer. This thing was like, look at that. I don't have a flashlight on me, but that's a coat hanger in the back for when you want to put your clothes up or whatever, keep it from getting all wrinkled up. Everything in this van is truly one-off. Custom built by Happy Vans. That was a long time ago. I remember that. It has all these violet LED strips, all the ones along the side as well. 295 5015s. I'm gonna have to change that out the more I drive this vehicle because it is unsafe to drive on really old cracked out tires. This is my uncle's beloved, oh shit. So like I said, guys, a quick little walk around on my uncle's beloved van. Really am considering buying this for my aunt. She can use the money and I can use this as a tow vehicle. My brother actually spoke to me about it yesterday. He wants to go half and half, just use this for all around vacation vehicle, so on and so forth. And I definitely want to bring this paint back to life, touch up some areas, lay some new clear down. You can see no clear at all, clear. And just revive it and put it to great usage, because it saddens me that it just sits there, you know. And my aunt actually says she wanted people to drive it, so keep this van alive. And that's what I want to do. So the van's still here because I'm going to fix the taillight, get the cluster and everything, lights all working before I return it, and then further talk to my aunt about buying it. So as mentioned, the only areas that I want to repair on this car, other than the hood, is this dent right here on the fender, which I can pop out. This glob of Bondo on a door. All I'm really doing here is just smoothing it nice and flat, get rid of the crack lines if it still appears. The gas tank is the cleanest portion of the car. And I just want to sand this all out. This one small little dent right here. And everything else is just paint chips, like really thick paint chips. Like this car has been layered like 3 different times or something. Not worried about the sunroof, given that it has a ton of holes, and I think that's where my water's coming from. What I'm probably gonna do here is just, I don't know, tape it. But yeah, I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna run it through with 120, just because 120, you know, it doesn't leave like crazy line scratches, but it is going to chew all this thickness and feather this edges out, and give a quick pass throughout the whole car. I'm not worried about these moldings because I am going to be removing the glass, and I don't think the Lexans require these back in, so I am just going to go ahead and plow through all the surface of the car and get this thing as smooth as possible and down to at least the first primer. So the areas that you see that are down to the metal was from all those little rust spots, and the rust spots was coming up through the paint because whoever painted this fender before didn't take the rust all the way down to the metal, and the more I got down to the metal, the more it was actually spread underneath the paint. So you can see it right here, the rust is under the paint, and I ended up just sanding all the way through until I couldn't see it anymore. I still got to hit that spot a little bit, and I got to take off the fender, which is only held by 2 bolts, and this hood strut, because this is so thick that I can't really like get it all the way to the edge, and this door is kind of folded a little bit, but no big deal. I'm gonna take the fender off, sand this clear coat that's on the edge, and then with the fender off, it'll allow me to hit this right here nice and smooth, probably with a heavier grit. And I'm gonna tape this part right here because the windshield's not coming off. Like I said, I'm not worried about this because all of that's coming off. So, and I gotta remove that as well. I'm gonna give you guys small progress here and there because I am trying to knock this out. It is gonna rain. It sprinkled earlier, and yeah, there's a ton of Bondo under this paint, and this paint has a ton of layers. It also had this like pinstripe design on here. I don't know if you guys can see that all the way across, but this car has, let me try to count it. So you got the top, the primer, then like another gray, dark gray, red, dark gray, dark gray, a ton of Bondo, another set of Bondo, and then the metal. Holy shit, how thick this thing is. There has to be, there's like an indentation right here on this top of the door portion, and there's so many layers and Bondo on here that it's just flat. It's not curved like this, it's flat. It looked good at first, and then yeah, well, looks are deceiving, yeah. I agree. Let's go. The rain was off and on, and like I had to keep, you know, getting off the trunk and moving onto the roof because rain was hitting it, and I didn't want rain, sand to cake up on the paper, so waited for it to stop, and I quickly hit the trunk, nice and smooth, but dent, and dent. All of this right here is dented right in the middle. Don't know why. Maybe some fat chick tried to sit on it or something. I don't know. But I'm not going to repair the trunk. And if you guys know who Trevor Farmer is, owner of T-Rev Motorsports, He's building an all-wheel drive turbo CRX right now, and he just did Lexan on his hatch and the back glass. He also cut the webbing a tad bit on it, and I believe the trunk weighs like 55 pounds with the glass, and after the Lexan it was like 25 pounds or something like that. That's my goal with the hatch. And I'm not worried about these dents because I am going to be making a drag wing out of aluminum based off some pictures on Google. But that's going to be probably after track because I don't have time. See, the rain's coming back. And I don't have time to do it this week because I am focused on painting this car. And given the fact that this weather is like this, I'm going to have to paint the car in pieces. So I need all the day to do the paint work sections at a time on this car. One side, the other side, fenders and bumpers, roof, trunk, another day, whatever. But yeah, trunk is pretty much sanded all the way down, and all that's left is this side since the other side is done. Half of the roof, and like I said, I'm gonna leave the sunroof like that. If I don't get to the hood in time, I do have an SIR hood that I am going to be using. Let me show you guys real quick. It's hanging upside down on the ceiling of the garage. It's an SIR style USDM hood, carbon fiber. And like I said, if I don't get to painting the hood in time, I am going to use that hood, remove the hood pins, and use the latch to latch the carbon fiber hood down with hood props, because I don't know if the PCV is going to hit the webbing of my other carbon fiber hood, but I know that it sticks up fairly high. So if it came down to it, I'll prop it and use the carbon fiber hood. But if I can get to the hood in time, we'll paint the hood too. So I got a little curious about the paint under the fade, and I got my little buffer with the Suds Box Delete, only the Delete, not the Revive. And I just did a quick pass in comparison to see if I can bring the paint back out, and well, that's the result right there. Unfortunately, I am sanding all of this down, but if the body wasn't as bad as it was, I would have just polished the whole car out. But given the fact that I have a white fender and a bunch of damage on the other side, figured I'd just paint it instead. But that black looks really good. And the easiest way to damage somebody's car is to take a sandpaper and just leave your mark. The rain is still being a little dingleberry. I have not touched the quarter panel yet because it's completely wet and I cannot push the car up any further. So you can see where I cut off the sanding right there, and I started at the door pretty much all the way to the bottom, the rocker all the way up to the fender. The fender, all of this is straight up Bondo. What I am going to do is these cracks right here, these lines, I'm pretty much just going to chisel it and then add more filler. This right here, it rusted underneath, so I'm going to continue sanding this a little bit more, and that is also a dent, so I'm going to fill that up. And then the hood. This whole section right here was filled with like Bondo or fiberglass Bondo or something that the previous owner used to put that second half of the hood on top of this hood, kind of like adhering it along with bolts. So with the help of my rotary 60/40 grit sandpaper, I was able to chew that whole chunk out within like 20 minutes right here and right here. So I'm probably able to paint this hood the same time I paint. Like I said, I'm gonna do this in pieces. So like the fenders and the hood, I'll probably shoot one day, and then I'll shoot like the left side, right side, or left side roof together, and then the other side, so on and so forth. So I am certain that I may be able to sand all of this down today as well before we shut the garage. Still haven't swapped the car around yet. I was working on the hood here, and I was trying to take off all these double-sided tape. This looks like it has been on here for quite some time because they are hard and pretty tough to take off, and I sharpened my chisel with my flap disc, and it was able to take it off. And then like the rest of the residue that didn't come off, I pretty much used 120 to sand it all out. Working out really well here. And question, opinion, you guys vote. This video is probably going to come out later in the week. I'll leave this hood for last to get painted because I want your guys' opinion. Should I scuff this hood up as I am doing right now, patch up every single one of these holes right here, all these holes that previously had bolts in there, and then paint it the same color as the car? Or say fuck it, leave these holes, get the hood to be sanded down as clean as possible, obviously up in the grit from the rough 120s, and just bombing clear on it. Now, I'm not worried about all the little line scratches, given that this is a jacked up hood and I don't have any gel coat to apply beforehand to get it all, you know, filled in. But having the carbon fiber out in the daylight, you know, obviously it would look awesome on this car, especially because my wheels are going to be black and then I have a black hood and the rest of the car is gray. Let me know what you guys think. Should I leave this carbon fiber, put hella clear on it, or repair all the holes and paint the hood the same color as the car? Comment below. Wow, this hood actually just literally brought back to life. So I wet the whole hood to see the clarity, and this hood, I guess it was painted black before the Bondo work. And then I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like black right here, black. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just wet sand it because I already got the hood all wet anyways, and I'm gonna have to step up the grits anyways just to make it a little smoother. All these little cracks right here, that's literally all the way through the carbon fiber. So I'm not gonna dig into it. Like I said, I'm just gonna bomb hella clear coat on this if that's the route I am choosing. But more than likely, because who doesn't love carbon fiber, right? And sorry if I sound kind of weird, but got my mask on. Right here, they dug into the carbon fiber and literally there's no carbon fiber there. Same goes for right here up in the front. But you know, it is what it is. And yeah, I'm about to wet sand this real quick. It's 9 o'clock, cold, raining, got the freaking fan on, no sleeve, no sweater. That's what happens when you work in the damn dark, in the rain and the cold for so long that you just kind of build a tolerance for the weather. And you know, knock on wood. So I just did a wet sand with 400 grit all the way around. A lot of that black spots on the hood is gone, but I mean, can't get 100% because of all the missing carbon fibers anyways. So I didn't get around to doing that quarter right there because it is 10 o'clock and I don't want to use the sander, and I sure definitely don't want to do it by hand. Tomorrow we'll take care of that. But if you guys made it to the end of this video, I'm almost 100% sure that I'm just going to re-clear the damn carbon fiber hood, because I just did a lot of work for something that's, you know, to get it would be a shame if it got painted over, right? You guys can see carbon fiber is still there for damn sure. Yes, I still got my mask on, guys. So I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight. I just rinsed the hood down so it's not a pain in the ass to clean when it's all dried up on the hood. And I'm gonna put everything away, throw everything else away that I don't need anymore. But this is a start. Car is, I would say, 90% sanded down. Trunk, roof, quarters, doors, fenders. I got every area marked out that I am going to be doing body work on. I pulled this dent out right here. Now all I got to do is light filler to get that straightened out. And the other side is pretty flawless. So tomorrow we will continue doing the bodywork prep. So yeah, if you guys like how this carbon fiber hood restoration is coming out, please give this video a thumbs up. If you guys want to stick around and see more of the bodywork stages of this car, please hit that subscribe button. For damn sure this week, we're going to get it painted. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. And in case you guys are wondering how I am not cold working this weather like this with no long sleeve, I'm a fucking pig. We just warm internally. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.